There we go.
Yeah.
Well, it's so crazy. You can see the flesh of my finger in there. Alright, are we live? Are we live? Tell me, everyone, am I live? Am I live? Stat! I need a pulse. It still claims I'm offline, so I'm not comfortable. Oh! Deflow Sounds is here. Yo, yo! I think that means I'm actually live, so I'm not gonna believe you, YouTube. Lies. Alright, so tonight is a super special surprise episode. I brought in another guest again. This is Pat again.
Hi.
This is what we're doing. This, hey, you wanna grab that wood?
Yeah.
So this is yet another amazing wood cutting that Pat has made. This time it's not for a game developer, it's for a charity. What's the charity?
Theater Off Jackson's annual fundraising event.
Theater Off Jackson's Theater Weekend. So yeah, I look forward to that, everyone who's going to be there bidding on this hot item.
In mid-October
Yes.
of this year.
It's coming up.
2017.
Set your calendar.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what we're wanting to do right now, so Pat cut this out, he cut out the back piece, and he tried spray painting it gold, wasn't happy with the result, so he brought it to the master to tell him how to do it right. And so what I said was, it's got, okay, go ahead, put this away. It's got like a rough enough finish that it would take like a ton of work to get this super like smooth and make it like a plate of, you know, gold or brass or whatever, without actually getting a plate of gold or brass, and that would be really expensive. And thanks, Deflow Sound. Well, Pat says thank you.
Yeah.
He said it looks awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I read it.
Just read it from
Thank
back
you.
there.
It was great.
Okay, so because it's not like perfectly smooth, we're just gonna roll with it, lean into it.
Distress it.
Yes.
And not distress ourselves.
These are the distressing tools of the trade. Well, actually, the best tool of the trade is like a big heavy chain, and I had one and I don't know where it is. So we're gonna make do with what I have. So we're basically gonna recreate the scene from Office Space, where they take the printer out to the field. So grab a tool.
Yeah.
And you just kind of get a feel for it first. Kill it! Kill it with metal! Alright, let's switch places. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm ruining my cudgel.
Man, Wonder Woman is truly...
She's so strong.
Yeah.
You cannot defeat this woman. I don't know, what is this? What is this little bit of something?
I think it's one of these guys snapping?
No, I think this popped off of, look, because it's got gold paint on it. I think it must have popped off of a corner.
Oh.
Maybe the hair piece?
Oh, yeah, that piece right there.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's on the back and you don't see it. I was just cutting out the outline for fun, just like, you know.
Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. That was I think that was an excellent beating we administered.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Alright, let's do some fake gold leafing. So I showed you guys real gold leafing before, and where am I? Here I am. I showed you guys real gold leafing before, and now we're going to show what fake gold leafing looks like. Alright, so grab that big old brush, like the biggest one. Like, here's another process you really can't screw up. Because You're literally just putting glue on it.
Oh, that's way bigger. Yeah. Put this baby brush.
That's a brush. No, you take that one so you can use it. We'll double our speed.
Okay.
Now, ideally, you're not going to be leaving streaks everywhere, but realistically, you're going to be leaving streaks everywhere. It's not as big a deal with the fake gold because it gets pretty wrinkly and crackly regardless. Looks like if you go against the grain after you lay it down, you probably minimize those streaks.
We don't need to do too much gold leaf there because the.
Yeah, I'm just putting it everywhere. I mean, there's some cracks in the city, right?
Oh yeah,
I see
absolutely.
something.
Yeah.
So.
I just didn't want to use like gold leaf.
Oh, like got plenty of it. I haven't used it in years. So. Once I realized I could afford real gold leaf, I stopped buying fake gold leaf. So it's actually really good that this is here to eat up my unused stores. And one of the nice things is, like, once you thin it out, you might actually not get in every tiny nook and cranny, and that's actually totally fine because it'll make it look more kind of worn in that area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you're going too thick.
Oh. Yeah, I keep thinking I've lost some bristles, but nope, it's just the distressing. Alright, I think I'll just let you finish it up with the fatty brush here.
Final maestro touch.
Oh, we did not get her belt.
Oh, that's a very important gold bit. And because this is essentially glorified Elmer's glue, it dries really fast. Alright. Can you run these into the kitchen and wash them with the dish soap? And do my dishes too while you're in there.
No problem.
Let's see, the instructions say that this size, let's see, Surface must be clean, blah, blah, blah. Don't freeze it. Come on. There's a dry. Where does it say how? Oh, there we go. No, there we don't go. Why? 99% of the time, you're gonna look on a bottle. You want to actually see how long it's gonna take to dry. Okay, it's water-based, gilding adhesive, designed for blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Directions: surface must be clean, dry, blah blah. Product is to be protected from freezing. That's not directions. Apply Aquasize by brush or spray at package consistency. Oh, there we go. Proper tack will develop in 25 minutes. At normal humidity, and hold this tack for 24 to 26 hours. Cool. I'm gonna put a heat gun on it to dry it faster. Because I'm a maniac. Hey Amy, you made it. This is just a quick little demo. Pat brought his project over and we were gonna beat on wood, and I thought that would make something interesting to live stream. Amy says, I got a bunch of free art supplies, paints, airbrush paints from a friend of a friend who's moving. Excited. That is awesome. Have you ever airbrushed before? It's got a bit of a learning curve, but it's definitely worth it. There's so many cool things you can do with an airbrush. I'm using this heat gun pretty far away, making sure to move it very regularly, because if you hold it in one area too long, it will probably like burn the glue in place. You didn't really do my dishes, did you, Pat?
No, I just really cleaned them.
Oh, okay, thank you.
As best I could.
Did you wash my car though?
Yeah.
At night while it's raining, you didn't wash my car? So this says 25 minutes to dry, but this will
We don't have time for that.
greatly speed it up. We're live! We're doing it live!
Yeah, well,
We don't have time! Alright, you do this for a minute. I'm going to read a comment. Deeplo says, any plans to start a project? To Amy, I assume. Amy says, I've never had an airbrush before, but I've seen videos using them and it seems really cool. Said, not really since school, but I have some ideas. Answering Deeplo. Yes. You know what? You'll find awesome tutorials and those will give you ideas. Is it, let's see, what is that called? There's like an airbrush that you just press down the button and it sprays, and there's ones you can press and pull back.
Dual action?
Yeah, dual action. So dual action are the ones you can do incredible stuff with, but there is a learning curve, and I recommend practicing. You got to get your dagger stroke down, where you start out fat and you slowly like push the throttle back in as you go, and you'll get these nice little like dagger or hair looking things. Once you have that down, you can do anything.
I recommend practicing. Good advice.
Yeah?
In general, turns out.
No, just for airbrushes. Nothing else.
Yeah, everything else just dive in. Who cares? No one.
Just start doing it professionally. Just go to a mall, set down a table. You'll learn very fast that way. I think we're almost there. I actually airbrushed at a mall. I tried to make a go of it professionally when I was 18 or 19. My fatal flaw was the mall was the North Pole Mall in Alaska, which literally had 5 stores in it. I was set up right outside an actual t-shirt shop, and the guy was really nice and let me like do the heat press on my designs when I was done airbrushing them, and that makes it nice and permanent on your shirt. And that probably made a couple $100 over several months.
Yeah, totally worth it.
Yeah. All right. I think we're probably good. All right. So this is the part where things get kind of flouncy, if that's a good word. So I'm gonna start. Hold on. Let me see. Where's the thing? Here's the thing.
Yeah. Do you want me to like kind of hold it above?
No, I just want to get an eyeball for how much. Okay, so that city stuff is like tiny little lines. The mountain's pretty big.
Yeah, the mountain's
Okay.
worth it.
Yeah.
Is
Is that sword? Oh, that sword's totally separate from the background.
Yeah.
The blade, I mean.
Oh, yes, the blade is. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So we could prop it up against there if that'd be better.
Prop what up?
Prop the piece up over against that board so you can see
Oh.
it in reference.
I think.
Okay.
I think I got what I need. Okay. So I'm going to start. I have the fluffiest, softest brushes in here. Well, this is actually the hardest brush. This is a literally an agate stone, and it's for like smoothing out the creases. I don't know if that was a spider or a cotton fluff. Last night, or was it? Yeah, it was literally last night. I had a spider like drop down. He was trying to get into my resin or my rubber mold rubber. Whew. That was hard. Oh yeah, look, here's another one. It's a fun shape.
Boop. Fun shape.
It can also be used for extracting the brains from people when you're mummifying them. Okay, so this is a good place to start since you just barely see little lines. So if the stuff is like well done, you can kind of remove a page, but this is not like well done. But if it were, you would kind of remove the page like that and then lay it down. Yeah, that looks like it's sticking pretty nicely. But yeah, so you can see how it picks up every little detail under there. And like cell phone cover, cases you put over your screen, you kind of want to brush out to the sides. Yeah, I think that's going to look really nice. Alright, so why don't you take this book, and you can start on that side.
So just flip it on over.
You can actually, it's probably better just to grab it with your fingers, or you can use these little pinchers.
There isn't a front or back,
No.
correct? Okay. And then just plop down.
Yep. Just plop it. Amy says there is a single action one, which is currently working, and a dual action one, which I need to fix. Wow. D-Flow asks, how many people have I mummified? That is a secret of my cult. I'm not allowed to disclose that information. The glorious leader would not be pleased.
Yeah. Mum's the word on that, right?
Oh, yes. When you come, there are always puns galore. And you're not even the punniest person I know. But...
No. So, should I not worry about brushing off into the gluey section?
No,
you overlap?
You overlap, and then you don't want your brush to touch the glue. Ah, okay. This one has the sheets that I was talking about, where it's like affixed to that paper. So actually, I think I don't want to use this one because it might be a slightly different tone since it's produced differently.
Yeah.
Hopefully I have others that I'm not... Oh, I do not. They're all like that. Okay. Well. Scissors? What's going on in here? This is the same. Okay.
All right, Jimmy. Open your mouth. Shut your eyes. Always I'll give you something you need to have.
Is there any trick to like separating it here at the edge so I can...
You can use the mummifying tool. You just do like... That usually rips it off. Oh, also when you get a full sheet down like this, you use this little squirrel hair brush just to get like most of it down pretty evenly, and then go in with your finer brush.
I don't understand, but that's okay.
Well, no, it's already down. I'm saying when you put one down fresh and it's just kind of like loosely on there, this is designed to like ease it on down instead of like getting it down too hard on one area and then it kind of folds and wrinkles from there.
I think I'm over-optimizing for materials here.
Yeah, that's easy to do. I was watching a video of, I think it was in Japan, they do a lot of gold leafing, but they were doing it kind of like semi-industrially, where they were just pumping out thing after thing. I think they were doing like elephants or something. These two Japanese women, and they would take their tongs and like pull a gold leaf out, simultaneously like fold it in half, grab another one, pull it out, and then like apply it, and then down.
Yeah. For the overlap, just kind of leave it for a little bit, or
yeah, you just leave it, and that'll get brushed away once you get more aggressive with your brushing.
Okay.
Oh! Just gonna dump my computer right
Yeah.
onto the art. That's the best way to do it. There you go. Not able to be very talkative when I can't see the stuff. D-Flow says this looks satisfying to do. Yep. Oh, and he said, as far as the mummification, to keep it under wraps.
Yeah. Tight.
I'm fighting 13 different cables, pushing in different ways. You guys get to see half my face. Congratulations. You're halfway there.
You have faced a lot of technical issues.
Indeed. I've faced them all down so far. Yeah, gold leafing is definitely one of those things where it's kind of a zen thing. You're just slowly beautifying and shinifying. Amy, do you know what's wrong with your dual action airbrush? I might be able to help because I have used many throughout the years. Whoop. Did I actually set that brush there? It is not pro. Oh, hey, while you're here, tell the audience how the developers liked your
Oh yeah.
Dead Cells art.
Yeah, they loved it. It was awesome. They put it up. They backlit it with one of the computers that was just demoing the game.
Nice.
And they left it up the whole show. They said they actually plan on taking it to their upcoming shows, which is pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like it would be an attractor. Like, it would make people want to walk over to the booth and check it out.
Yeah, it was doubly cool because one of the artists, he'd actually thought about switching careers into woodworking. So he
That must have
definitely
been quite a trip.
Yeah, they were very cool. It's very.
I'm gonna dig that up real quick and show it to our home audience.
I'd rather roast an elk.
Alright, now I get to see how awesome I am at switching to a different video input. This is going to be amazing, you guys. Let's see. I wonder if I just change my Logitech to that, what will happen? Nope, doesn't.
Yeah.
See what happens when I go to an image. Oh, okay. So if I One moment. This is gonna be great, you guys. This is gonna be super great. You just have to trust me. Okay, so I need to save this image. If any of you guys saw the stained glass project that we streamed a couple weeks ago, it was like a couple nights before PAX. This is what that thing is. And by this, I mean the thing that I'm so close. You guys don't even know how close I am to loading this up.
That's totally true. They don't know.
No, it's going to be a surprise. As soon as my computer allows me to rename this file, it's going to be so good.
You gotta stop calling them virus.jpg.
Okay, rename Pat's thing. Okay. Is that better than virus?
Yeah.
Got lots of pictures of Pat's thing on my computer. You guys. Okay, so now, gosh, this is probably the most professional live stream I've done to date. Boom! Okay, picture loaded in OBS. Now, are you guys seeing this? That's the next big step. So, all right, so you can see, I love learning on the job. This is like taking your airbrushes to the mall before you've opened your airbrushes. So there's a way to move that. Oh, that's moving the thing behind it. Okay, okay. Let's figure this out. Amy says she knows what's wrong. There's a tip broken apart and something. So, okay. You watched the tutorial, took it apart, put it back together? Okay, good to know. You don't need my help. So... you...
Oh. Oh, man.
I am just flabbergasted that I can't figure out how to show an image. It's blowing me away. Did you screw something up?
Yeah. No, I was just thinking like, so you can create another like input.
See,
or
I've got
source.
it showing, right? It's giant, and I can't move it around. That's my issue.
Oh.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. So I was grabbing the corner of the thing behind it every time I tried to move it. Okay. All right. We're doing good. We're getting this. Man, you guys, once I have this figured out and I'm able to show images whenever I want, imagine how incredible this stream is going to be.
Yeah, it'll change the face of the internet.
Okay. Let's move this over here. No, that's where Pat's working. Let's move it over here. Okay. So, internet, are you changed? Hey, Andy. Burning the midnight oil? It's not quite midnight. It's only 9 o'clock here. Andy's about to go to bed after 8 hours of working. And how am I? Or anyone else? Well, Amy's doing good. working on some homework, the usual. Deflo says our production value is plus, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. Is that a million?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Deflo, you gotta put commas in there. I'm not a math magician. I can't read big numbers. Alright. Anyway, you guys can see how cool that stained glass looking thing is. That dude's like standing there, and there's some cool light coming through behind him.
Yep. It was a big hit. Really plussed it.
Yeah, it's not quite as cool as actual stained glass, which Pat has done before, but given the time constraints we had, I think it did a good job.
And it weighed significantly less.
Oh yeah, there's
which is...
That's a bonus when you're carrying stuff around from show to show.
It is a true joy.
How much did that Superman... Was it a Superman one you did for...
I've done a Superman and a Batman.
Yeah, the Batman one you have hanging in your entryway,
yeah,
right?
I did a second one, yeah, for the same auction.
Oh, okay.
A few years ago.
Man, did Ford Theater off Broadway...
Theater
whatever?
off Jackson.
Oh, Theater off Jackson, like save your life or something? You owe them a life debt?
No, it's they have a lot of great shows.
Okay.
Full disclosure, my wife is on the board, but she's on the board because we love it and they've got a lot of good stuff.
It sounds to me like you're in the pocket of big theater.
Yeah. Yep.
I hear they wield immense influence.
You know it. You know the arts, man. It's rolling big every day.
Always getting all the funding. I hear that is the best way to strike it rich, is to become an artist.
Oh yeah.
Amy says, actual stained glass is a pain in the bleep. Had an art camp where I did it a little bit.
Oh yeah, so there's a technique that I found out recently, only within the last couple years, I think. Obviously, I don't know that I could pull up where I found it. It was a YouTube video, but what the guy did was he took a soft... maybe it was actually just he laid down a towel. So he made a cut on the hard surface, and then he flipped it over onto the towel. So now the cut, or the scored side, was face down. And then he tapped it from behind. And I was blown away at how efficiently he was able to cut those complex curves.
Complex curves upside down on soft.
Yeah,
You're saying.
yeah. I had some, the foam mat that you lay down in garages or whatnot. I used that, and it worked out
Like that
super
stuff they
duper
use
well.
for cosplay?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that same stuff. So now I've got these bridge pieces here.
Yeah, well, getting close.
So Amy, I hope you give it another try, because yes, it is a total pain, but it's super rewarding.
Oh, I like that technique. I'll call it Pat Slip and Slide.
Yeah. The delicate baby drop.
Oh man, we got one of my coworkers was on the phone when I was leaving, and he was clearly trying to calm down his wife. They have like a newborn. It's probably just like a couple weeks old, maybe a month, and he was looking up like dropped baby, and but he was saying, well, you didn't literally actually drop her. And the fact that, she's crying is a good sign, you know. It's always so funny with first kids, man. First kids, you're just so paranoid about everything. Every time they cough or, first time they get diarrhea, whatever. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Are they dying?
You listen to their heartbeat and then you start freaking out because it's going a million miles an hour, and then you call the doctor and you're like, my heart, my kid's heartbeat, it's just like pumping like crazy. And like, how fast? And then you tell them, and then the doctor's like, yeah, that's normal. Like, baby heartbeats are really fast, so don't freak out.
And then by the time you get to the second kid, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna feed you McDonald's and let you go on the playground by yourself when you're 2. I don't care. I mean, personally, that's my theory on child raising. That's what I've observed. It's a general trend. Yeah. So now you just go over the edges and you gently just brush them like you're brushing teeth. You just scrub off the excess flakes, or like you're massaging a leper. You just get those skin flakes off. You're exfoliating your mummy overlord.
Yeah, who must not be named.
Right. I said nothing. Let's see. Now I'm guessing because this is not real gold, my little agate tools will scrape them off. You are going to be shocked and dismayed when you see how much excess gold is on the table and floor when we're done.
I'm feeling it now.
Fortunately, this stuff's just like dirt cheap, so it's glorified tinfoil.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more dismaying when it is literally real gold that's like swirling around your feet. Like, I paid $50 for that book of gold leaf. You can actually estimate that there's like $20 of litter around you.
There's a How It's Made I saw where they were building a fire truck, and the company that gold leafs the
little logos on the side.
Yeah. And how it's like they just collect it all in a bag, and at the end of the year they turn in the bag for $15,000.
Wow. I was gonna say maybe they put it in their Goldschlager to make it extra gold. Amy says I would, but don't have any of the tools. Yeah, like most art forms, to do it right, it ends up costing hundreds of dollars no matter what.
Yeah. Although the primary thing, glass cutters are generally available, but yeah, it's a bunch of work. And material, that's definitely one where
doesn't the leading require
I just use, these regular snips. Nothing real special. Oh, okay. I mean, I probably got them from the store.
Does it come in a roll like it's like wire?
No. Yeah, no, actually, well, they come in. It's really flexible.
Yeah.
And so you actually have
lead
to.
And all. Yeah.
You have to stretch it out.
Oh wow.
And then it gains a significant amount of rigidity.
Stretch it with your hands?
Yeah. Huh. Well, normally there's this clamp thing that you put at the end of the table, and then you grip it with the clamp yourself.
Around that? Okay, yeah.
And then you just, so it pulls.
And then you rub your eyes.
Yeah,
really hard.
and then just lick your hands, make sure you have a bunch of Doritos. And can't let any of that Dorito dust anywhere other than your mouth. Obviously.
Good night, Andy. Thanks for stopping by. Amy says, how it's made is my childhood. Like the show, like how they make tin cans and that kind of stuff.
So good.
It's pretty mesmerizing.
When I learned how they harvested cranberries, I lost it.
How do they? I've seen the commercials where they're like standing in a giant lake full of cranberries.
Yeah,
Is
so
that
yeah, they you know, because picking those berries individually is obviously really expensive and time consuming.
Yeah.
So they instead basically
they flood a whole field?
Yeah, they flood a field. You know, I mean, the field is made to be flooded, and all the berries just float
to the surface.
Yeah, so then they.
Oh wow!
And then there's an agitator that runs across it, and it agitates and gets the berries up, and then just kind of scoops them all along as it goes.
That's awesome. Hey D-Flow, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night.
Yeah.
I'm really digging our little dents.
Yeah.
Definitely help.
Are you telling me that what other people think is who you really are? Do you see anything beautiful?
I have no idea what beautiful is. The things that I see just there in my heart.
Maybe you should be glad. Because you never know what
Got some big sheets over here too.
Yeah, I'm not actually. There's no reason to actually put them up there. It's just, well, it's better than the floor.
Oh yeah.
Did any of you guys see Wonder Woman? Do you remember her origin story? How she grew up in Seattle and was like in a grunge band? Thought that was a very brave interpretation of the filmmakers to do. She was the fourth Nirvana.
Yeah.
She played cowbell. And that's why you'll notice in so many of their songs, the cowbell is missing. It's because she went off to become a superhero heroine. And Kurt Cobain went on to do super heroin. Is that too soon?
Yeah. Too soon towards the anniversary? 20th anniversary?
Oh, is that coming up?
No, it is this summer.
It was this summer.
Was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
That makes sense. It's 97? Okay. Back when I was going to art school in, I think, oh wait, it couldn't be 97 because, okay, I was going to art school in 95 and 96, and I remember watching a show on cable access where this guy, you know, it's just like a self-styled reporter, you know, he's just a college kid or whatever, but he's just got this really serious girl voice, and he was just like doing his best to investigate to prove that Courtney Love had killed Kurt Cobain, and the like city government cover up, and he would like do that like Geraldo thing where he'd run up to politicians when they're coming out of chambers or whatever, and try to do that gotcha journalism. It was hilarious. Could it have been the 25th anniversary?
It totally could have been. It was a milestone anniversary. Well, let me just put it at that, without actually looking up any dates.
Amy is asking if she's alone in chat now. But Tony came in. Woo! Tony says, I just showed up. Not really chatting, just trying to figure out what I'm watching.
Yeah. Yes, we are gold leafing a wooden display thing.
Here, let me tilt it real quick so you get a sense for what's going on.
So this is a silhouette of a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And and her logo and a skyline.
And stick around. Very soon we'll be putting the actual like design over this, and you'll get to see how it like all comes together. We're almost there.
Yeah, I really want to like brush a bunch of this off.
You can do that. Just throw that on here.
Get these larger bits. Any of these worth saving?
No. Okay. When you go home to your wife, she'll be like, "Why do you have gold glitter all over?
Yeah.
What were you doing? Who are you
Having
with?
fun.
You wouldn't understand."
You don't understand my tortured artist soul.
Tony is claiming there was a fourth member of Nirvana for a while. Prove it. Was it Wonder Woman? Yes, Tony, the mold has cured, but my friend Pat had an art emergency and needed to come over and do this. And what we were doing was kind of fun, and I thought might as well stream it. Because pretty much you should stream everything all the time. That's my motto. Stream all things all the time.
Oh, tiny vacuum.
I've got a shop vac, although it's very gross. It might actually make it dirtier.
Yeah. You got some dust off. I'll probably handle it just fine.
Watch this.
Yeah, stand out of the way.
Alright. Gets us most of the way there. Okay, so Tony agrees that the fourth member of Nirvana was indeed Wonder Woman. Yeah, when they had that in the movie, I was really surprised, and I thought, man, is this going to be like canon for all of Marvel, or just for their cinematic universe? And their CG Kurt Cobain was really good. Like, I could not tell it was CG at all. Especially when he started like flipping out and doing those ninja kicks.
Oh yeah.
Like, whoa! Did they get an actor who looks exactly like him, who also knows martial arts? Like, how could you find a guy like that? No, it was all CG.
And his cyborg prosthetics.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive.
That laser eye scope.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize the reason he had his hair all down in his face all the time was he was hiding his cyborg eye. And I always assumed that the reason he died was a government cover-up because some part of the government, or CIA or FBI or whoever, wanted the technology that he had implanted in his brain. But I've not heard any reputable sources back me up on that.
Chuck style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have the intersect. So this is where actual gold leaf is superior to getting in these like tiny little rips and tears, just because it breaks into like smaller particles. Feels better. Tony says, I had an unlabeled Nirvana t-shirt I got in Taiwan that had 4 members. Chris Nova something was there. Burrito? What? I'm gonna read this closer now.
And Dave Grohl was.
Dave Grohl and 2 other guys. I got a history lesson in t-shirt form. Yeah, unlicensed merchandise from third world countries is definitely the best way to learn your history.
Yeah. A friend of mine, her dad's Brazilian, so they go to Brazil every other year. And her little brother, they had to pick up a t-shirt out of the t-shirt bin in Brazil with, like English is cool, so it's got some English writing of a kid on a skateboard. And, so the Spanish word for fun is divertido, and I'm assuming that the Portuguese one is similar. So, of course, the t-shirt said, it's time to divert.
That's awesome.
Nailed it.
Daniel says, now it kind of makes sense. I wasn't either sure what I was watching. Yeah, so, actually the lighting looks better now. You can kind of see the tone from the like super bright area to the dark area. So you can actually tell it's metal at least. Metallic.
Everything you do is metal, bro.
Tony says, or maybe Chris Nova something wasn't there and Dave Grohl was. It's important that you get these details right, or how are we ever going to believe you? Daniel says, what's the difference between using that mold thing and painting it with silver spray? This is not mold, this is foil. And the difference is that foil, because it is actual like super thin sheets of metal, it actually reflects like metal instead of like a medium that has reflective tiny glitter bits in it. That's like when you see spray painted gold, that's how you can tell it's different than an actual gold thing. It's because paint can't be metal. It gets as close as it can, but it has to suspend those little reflective particulates in a medium in order for it to like flow around and stuff.
You want to do a little zappy dust here?
Here, I'll do my rubbing over here for a minute. My specialty rubbing nubbing. Yeah, I've got a video about where I compare a bunch of different paints, metallic paints, and say which is the best and which is the worst as far as looking like actual reflective metal. So you can go back and look for that if you're interested. I show gold leafing as well. This is actually
real gold leafing.
Yeah, this is actually
Correct.
fake gold leafing. This is cheap stuff that you can get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Any
craft supply.
Yes, any craft supply.
Your favorite local craft supply. The internet also. It's probably full of it.
Probably also on the internet. Word on the street is that you can purchase things. You log on to your AOL portal and you navigate to the web zone that sells real life items, and they will ship them to your house. Amy says, English writing anywhere that doesn't speak English is really off. It's why I never buy clothes that have foreign words on it in America. Yeah, it's probably
safe.
Good. And especially don't get tattoos. That's say something in a foreign language.
Unless you want to be on certain websites.
Daniel says, I could have used that on a Captain America shield I made. Yeah, you could have. They do have silver leaf as well. That would work. I don't know if they have like the red that's on there. Alright, let's give this guy some more spritz and spray. Alright, just a few little flecks. Still good.
What?
Told you. I've got a whole soundtrack full of stuff that is almost guaranteed not to get copyright strikes on my channel. And it's almost all truly terrible.
Did the video did you end up using the thing I made you?
What did you make me?
The Seeing Red and the other song.
Yeah, that's my
Rainbow.
cutscene subversion project. That is at least a year away from being done. Yeah, Pat here has banjo, and I needed a banjo cover of Chevelle's The Red. And yeah, it was pretty amazing. I still need to find someone who could sing like Johnny Cash to do the vocal part. So if one of you guys can sing like Johnny Cash, Amy, can you sing like Johnny Cash? If you can, let me know, because I need some vocals. Amy says, I'm Chinese and know some Chinese. So yeah, I found a shirt that had snake in Chinese embroidered on it, and I was confused. Not too bad, though. Did it have nothing on it? It just said snake?
Found it at a sandwich shop. Bad sign. Found it at a reptile zoo. Probably good sign.
Tony said, maybe for people with the zodiac sign. Ah, yes. And China has, like, does it have a year of the snake? It's a year of lots of things.
Hello, stream.
Hi, Shane.
Hello.
Bye-bye, stream.
Alright, let me give this another blow.
Stand out here so I don't look like I visited the gentleman's club any more than I already do.
Alright. So I think what I would say to you is there are little imperfections and you can kind of see the seams between the stuff. We can do another coat that would totally cover that.
But I mean, you'd still get seams though, right?
But you wouldn't see as much of the dark wood underneath it. But yes, you would still see seams. Let's look at it with the wood. Ooh, bright shiny. That's the sun.
I don't know. I think it looks pretty great.
Yeah.
You know, like
it
it's.
does. Like those lines don't bother me.
If there was one line, it would be a problem.
Yeah.
But you know, you have a dozen, and it's on purpose.
Yep.
It's critical.
That looks pretty bad, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get more of it. What do you guys think? Let's do a camera flyby.
Yeah. Amy thinks it's nice.
Yeah, there we go. Well, the CD of terrible music is over. We got gold leaf down. I need to take a shower. I feel like now's a good time to call it a night. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
I'll see you in 2 nights on our usual Wednesdays. Oh, Tony's asking, how did you cut the wood?
Oh, my scroll saw. Scroll saws are the best.
Tell them all about your awesome scroll saw.
Oh, that lighting. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, you can see my awkward profile as I tell you about my scroll saw. I actually, not that this is necessarily getting out there as much. So there's there was a scroll saw brand, Excalibur, and something happened and they stopped being available and made me super sad. But thankfully,
Did they get returned to the lake from whence they came?
Yeah, no, From forums, it looks like they didn't order them frequently from the manufacturer in China, and so a King Canada, King, they went and found the manufacturer. So, yeah, my 30-inch scroll saw arrived, and that's what I cut it on. So 30-inch arms. Big arms. I can't gesture properly with this camera setup. Anyway, yeah, scroll saws are awesome.
All right, now we're leaving. Look at, there's some good framing. You guys want to see up my nose? Yeah. Okay, so now finally, goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.